it is time to talk about blue dragons. Blue dragons are my favorite chromatics for a few reasons. First and most simply because they fight in the way that I think that all dragons should, by breathing their breath weapon from above while flying instead of landing right in front of the barbarian. Like, why would you get in range of the melee fighters? You could breathe lightning! The other reason, and one that just makes a better video, is that blue dragons have something that the other chromatics don't really have. They have society. More specifically, they have feudalism. Like, blue dragons are very rarely just isolated monsters hanging out in the desert. All dragons are usually aware of each other in the region, but blue dragons specifically have a very strict set of rules and hierarchy that they adhere to when dealing with each other. Like, a regular blue dragon's territory might be 50 to 60 miles wide, but that is more likely than not part of a greater, wider territory that is owned by an overlord blue dragon of ancient or great worm status called a suzerain. Now, a suzerain's territory spans hundreds of miles and usually comprises the territories of anywhere between 3 to a dozen young, adult, or even ancient blue dragons, depending on how strong the suzerain is. These other dragons are vassals to the suzerain. They will follow the hierarchy it sets out. They will give it part of their plunder as tribute. The suzerain even has final say on any marriages that happen between blue dragons in its territory. That's right, blue dragons get married. For life. No other chromatic dragon does that. And green dragons are still better parents. Failing to follow this hierarchy, or not giving a sufficient tithe, or honestly disobeying the suzerain's will in any other way, is a capital offense. You obey absolutely, or else. Any offenses are usually met with a heavy besmirching of the dragon's highly valued social honor, and their options are usually reduced down to accept your execution with dignity, or flee the suzerain's territory before you are hunted down. Good luck trying to find a new life in a different blue dragon society, because even if you escape to another suzerain's territory across the world, if those dragons catch wind that you are an oathbreaker or behave dishonorably to your old suzerain, you are going to face the same problems there. A blue dragon who has been branded dishonorable by its suzerain really only has one recourse if it wants to live, which is to flee and hide for the rest of its life in dishonor and obscurity, which is a fate worse than death for most blue dragons. This is all to say that if a party ever kills a blue dragon, the DM has a lot of room to make a much greater plot out of it, because they likely just killed the retainer of a much more powerful dragon over there. And that guy's not going to take the insult lying down. This video is already way longer than I wanted it to be, but there's still so much to discuss about blue dragons. They are a very socially interesting monster.